Okay, so today I'm going to attempt something really strange, really weird in this video. I'm going to try and tell you step by step how to rush in the most unhinged way possible, as fast as you can, to progress the game as fast as you can, because some of you might want to do this. So I'm going to provide a step-by-step guide, hopefully by using B-roll from my stream as much as I can, but hopefully I can find everything. If I don't, it is what it is, right? But I'm going to provide you with every step possible from zero, from just starting the game to progress in the most efficient way possible, while at the same time rushing the hell out of the first zones, right? Try to get to WULING in one day, in like 24 hours, okay? WULING is the second region. Now, obviously, the main problems are going to be materials needed to just survive in general in the progress properly your facility, your factory, your AIC. And the other one is going to be the levels, because the main story is going to level gate you the hell out constantly. You're gonna have levels to reach to continue the story non-stop. It's gonna be like, just an example, it's going to be like 12, 16, 24, 30, 35, 40, 45, or something like that. I believe a 45 in the beta is where you unlock WULING, so hopefully we can get there in one day. I'm going to try my best, so let's begin. The first step is going to be obviously rush story. If you are here, it means that you don't care about the story, so skip everything as soon as possible, as fast as you can, and try to not really build any other characters besides the free characters that they gave you. So Endemin, Perlica, Chen, and Wolfguard, use those because they work together, so just use those, level those. Don't even try using the gacha, wasting time pulling for characters, see what you get, try to make a team, use the team that they give you because it's fast and it works. Next point is going to be run around and pick literally every flower you see, because the flowers outside of the platform and outside of the first zone, the flowers that you find outside of the first zone are the most important ones and obviously constantly needed. Also remember to pick up wood from chopping out the plants and pick up literally every flower you see, because those two flowers are most likely going to be the buck flower and the sandleaf flower. Those are very important and consumed constantly in large quantity. So go around every time you're progressing through the story, get to a new zone and a new area. If you see something that you can pick up, pick it up. Now, unlock dailies as soon as possible and do them. This means that you're gonna have to progress the story a little bit, probably on the second region when you finally start being able to use your stamina. After you fight Rodagon, I think it's called. After you fight him, you have access to the second camp, and the second camp gives you access to the first dungeon that you can do. This is probably around the time when you actually unlock the daily, but just to be sure, keep clicking the F8 panel. You can press and check if you have the daily unlocked. If it's not, just continue progressing the story, progressing everything, and eventually it will be unlocked. The moment it's unlocked, do it as soon as possible, because the reset is probably going to be very close to the release date, so the release time. So when the game is released, the daily is going to be a couple of hours after the release. So if you don't do them, you basically lose one day of progress. Obviously, as I said before, unlock stamina activities and use your stamina. Next is going to be use Ori geometry to max refresh. What does this mean? When you press the gacha panel, you will be able to find, or whenever you see your map, you will be able to find your stamina current and your current stamina, your max stamina, and a plus sign. When you click the plus sign, you will be prompted to use a sanity recovery item or an Ori geometry. These materials are frequent early on, but they become scarce later. These are really dog shit when it comes to translating them into pools, but you can do both. You can translate them into pools or use them to replenish sanity. You can spend 10 per day, but every time you do a refresh for 1 for 40, it becomes a little bit more for for 40 stamina. I believe it's one geometry, then another one, then two, then two, then four, and then you're done, right? It's probably like something like this. So use your Ori geometry to refresh your stamina, so that way you can get an edge, a little bit of advantage on the level gatekeeping that the main story is going to give you. That plus refreshing your stamina using the materials that you're gonna get, the sanity item, plus waiting a little bit of time by doing something else, your stamina is going to gradually recover. So use your stamina to level up as much as you can to get an edge, okay? Moving on. Craft a lot of relay tower, electric pylons, and zip lines. These are needed to power up stuff across the world and to let you move around as soon as you can. Obviously, but you don't have the zip lines unlocked immediately, but you will have the relay tower and the electric pylon. So go around, place them around wherever you see fit in a way that they actually connect to each other. They have a 80-meter range, so don't exaggerate too much. Create a system of electricity so that you can go around and have a nearby relay to connect to if you ever need to place something down, like a turret or a drill or something like that. Speaking of drills, remember to also craft a lot of drills. Obviously not too many of the lower tier, because they are going to be quickly replaced with the second tier. So make like 5, 6 or 7 low tier drills and place them down, and then wait for the next tier to make more. But remember to make them consistently of the highest tier that you can, because you're going to need to mine the Originium ore, the Amethyst, the Ferrium, so you're gonna have to work for it. Moving on, drill Originium and Amethyst as soon as possible. As soon as you have the opportunity to make the new drill and to actually drill the new material, do it as soon as possible, especially the Amethyst. They're constantly needed and they're very crucial materials to have to make everything. Next, make refining unit and spam amethyst fiber, with 2 or 3 refining units as well. Make shredding and protocol stash, 2, 3 each. Rush the node missions, the one that you have when you press F8 and you get to node. These are like new player missions and there's levels. You need to finish the first level to reach the second level and so on. So remember to do the missions that they're asking you to do so that you can actually reap the rewards, including a lot of XP and gems and every other materials. They're all useful. Next step would be to unlock and try to level as much as you can, as often as you can, every recycling station of the map where you are in. Those stations are really important because they give you aerospace material that you need to level up your spaceship Dijang. After you're able to drill amethyst, make fiber, bottle and amethyst part, which are extremely important materials to make as soon as you can, as much as you can. Start a shredding origo crust in background so that you can have the origo crust materials. Make and use 2 fitting units to make tons of amethyst parts. Make buckflower looper, which is a system of 3 units to make a self-sustaining buckflower powder. Also keep in mind that to make these units you need 20 extra buckflower to make into 20 carbon, which then you will be using to make the 2 planting units that are very important and crucial for this looper system. 60 amethyst parts are needed for the full looper, which is 2 planting and 1 seeding, so they are in conjunction, combining it with each other. Now shred 1 outcome from the looper into powder, and 1 outcome goes back into storage. That is the looping. Make amethyst bottles by using the molding unit. Now bottle plus powder in fitting unit, which makes the buck capsule C, the lowest one. At this point you should also make a side chain for bombs, and try to make it as self-sustaining as possible to make around let's say 50 bombs so that you don't really run off immediately, and then you can turn it off so you don't use too much electricity. Now you can sell the bug capsule to the first outpost that you unlocked, your first camp, until it reaches level 2, then stop everything. You don't need those anymore. You can now rush until you unlock the 3rd zone, the Originium Science Park. This is the same zone where you find Yvonne, and Yvonne appears for the first time. Now you should check if you can upgrade the size of your factory, your main one, both the main and the first outpost, assuming you have enough stock bills. Now unlock drill T2 and start mining ferrium. Refine ferrium ore into ferrium cube. Now use the fitting unit with ferrium to make the ferrium part. The ferrium part is very important. Make enough to craft many T2 drills and mine every ferrium node you find. Start making SC battery with the ferrium part and originium powder in the packaging unit. This will be your new source of electricity. Now you should try to switch from capsule C to capsule B to now trade for every outpost. So you're gonna have to make a new factory chain. This zone will also unlock your second outpost, infrastation. Don't bother for now with purple gear, just play green or blue gear until yellow, which is level 60. You don't need it to clear anything at this point, and at the same time it's very expensive and it's going to make you use a lot of resources and a lot of space, so you don't really need to do it. So at this point, you should have a self-sufficient battery production and capsule B for the outpost trading. Use the batteries that you made for the higher electricity cap and the capsule for the outpost stock bills. Keep increasing the quality of the same items when you reach level 3. So it's going to be the same concept from C to B, but from B to A. Keep in mind that you might not want to bother with the bigger batteries because you don't need that much energy that early, and you can just make multiple of the same second tier and have an easier time making them because it's going to cost less materials. Now you should try checking for jobs and check elastic goods every day and do trades for the extra bills. This is a very important source of stock bills. The job system and the elastic goods are so important for development, so the moment you unlock it, you should try to do it every day. Now, surprise, you should just play the game. Occasionally check if everything works, keep doing the outpost material trading for extra bills, keep expanding all outposts to their max so you have more space, focus on completing node missions for the free XP, and try to get to WULING, which is account level 45. The moment you get to account 45, you are done, quote unquote. After you unlock WULING, follow the story. They don't really gate you too much, at least based on the beta 2. So you should be having a good time now. You can relax, make a whole new factory system in WULING, and just try to keep everything up. Use your stamina to do fun content, and now just you're done. Now you can play the game. So that's it. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you also have some issues or questions, feel free to ask me live on twitch.tv/JKZN. Thank you for watching and see you next time.